Hey everyone, I'm Joseph.
I'm David.
And we're back because we just watched
Wonder Woman.
Except this time we're talking spoilers, so prepare spoilers, alright?
Spoilers are coming.
Definitely. Okay guys, once again, spoilers, not holding anything back. We're starting story.
Yes.
And it's going. Some spoilers. What are we talking about?
What we're talking about is the birth of Diana Prince, Themyscira. I think they did Themyscira really well. I love the way that we've seen it depicted, like with a bubble around it, and But what I really liked was it's nighttime outside the bubble.
Yeah, and
it's daytime inside the bubble. I thought that was genius.
Yeah.
I thought and we didn't see it coming. I hate to say it, spoilers again. You see Steve Trevor, crash land right outside of Themyscira in the water, and then she goes and saves him, blah blah blah. And the Germans are following him, but they cut to the Germans and it was nighttime.
Yeah, it was foggy, it was musky, it was dark, and
it looked like they were in the Bay of Gotham.
Yeah, exactly what it looked like.
Zack Snyder's Gotham.
Yeah,
where it always rains. But anyways, I thought that was a nice touch.
Yeah, and
then we see the Amazons. I really can't say much because it was beautiful. It was done so well.
Yeah.
And you always get this depiction of the Amazons. They're all supermodels. Well, they weren't all supermodels, but they were
all badass women. Yeah, they were
all of them. Even the ones you think were like, oh man, she ain't shit. She knock you out.
Yeah, like that.
And we see from childhood, from very small, that Diana wants to be a warrior.
Yeah, she was pulled towards
she
learning
there's something
to fight.
about her that she wants to fight.
Yeah.
And put a pin in that because we'll get to that later.
Yeah.
But I'm talking. Go ahead, man. I'm sorry.
Themyscira Island, beautiful. The way he did the whole bubble, the explanation to why they even exist is something you jumped is because her mom basically goes, look, I know there's like she's being pulled to learn to fight. She's being pulled. She doesn't know why, but it's a passion of hers.
Something in her.
Yeah. And her mom's like, look, the gods, and we're talking gods, Zeus, Poseidon, Ares, all of them. All of the gods, and Hades, and everybody. All that good nonsense. But talking about how they created man, and then they created women, being the Amazons, and so on and so forth, island, all that awesomeness. And it was beautiful because it wasn't like depicted. It was the way they showed us that with her describing it to Diana was awesome. But also when we see them training, they're not just it wasn't like basic training. It was some badass stunts on like with the horses, with the bows, and training is hard. Like F that training. The training is hard to be a warrior.
And to backtrack a second, when she was giving her the origin story of the Amazons and Zeus, it was visually stunning because it looked like it was a book.
Yeah.
Okay? And then it was a moving book.
Yeah.
And like we talked about the non-spoiler review, how they didn't harp on it. They gave you what you needed. Yeah. This is the book. This is what happened. And we're off.
Yep.
And go ahead. I didn't mean to cut you off.
No, I like that. But it looked like if you're looking at a page off of like a history book, it's a picture of what, it used to look. Basically that, like I said, but moving, which was beautiful. And it was enough to just say, this is what it is. Boom, let's talk Wonder Woman. And you see her really wanting to fight, and her mom's like, nah. Mm-mm. But then we get Auntie. Of course, I can't remember her name right now.
Jenny Gump.
Thank you. And she's like, I'll train you. Like, basically, let's start working on it.
On the low.
Yeah, on the down low.
Yeah.
We're not going to say nothing. Yeah. However, you see that, and it's cool because I didn't expect us to get... young Diana. I don't know if we were going to get that. That was actually really neat to see young Diana and how you can tell as a young person who she's going to be. She wasn't timid. She was outgoing and all that awesomeness. And we see that through Themyscira. We see the story that they're hiding from her being that she is the god killer.
Yeah.
That's awesome. And then like you said, when Trevor lands, I love the fact that the force field wasn't really a force field. It was just... It covered up the island, and everything inside the island was just beautiful, and then everything outside like all muggy and gross. And then we get the badass fight scene on the beach. I thought that was neat to show us what the Amazons can do. It's like Germans show up because they're following Captain Trevor, and we get this badass fight scene.
Yeah,
that really introduces the characters more. Like they're not just training; they can hold their own.
I think that scene was purposeful for two reasons. I think obviously because you want to see what the Amazons can do.
Yeah.
And you want to see what the Amazons don't know.
Yeah.
You know, you've seen this in the trailer. The guy shoots, you see the bullet, and you see Diana looking at the bullet. And what that signified me was like, she was like, what the hell is that?
Yeah.
She had no idea.
Yeah.
You know, and Trevor being, you know, the stereotypical, you know, misogynist, he's like, I have to save all these women.
Yeah, he's like, stay there.
Yeah, and she's like, what?
Yeah, like, what do you?
Like, I'll kick your ass. You know, so it's, you know, it was a very well crafted scene,
yes.
and it did what it had to do. It showed you what they can do and what they didn't know.
Exactly, which is very important.
Yeah,
because I mean, they haven't left the island. They don't know what's going on in the outside world, and really,
man's world.
Yeah, man's world. And really, they don't even know, okay, the World War's happening. They have no idea until Trevor's like, you know.
This is the war to end all wars.
Yeah. And it's funny because they use the lasso of truth. They use the lasso on him. And he's like, what is this? And he's just trying to fight it. And it was wonderful.
Really hot.
Yeah. It's glowing, which is beautiful because it glows throughout the whole movie every time we see it. And that's the real spark. Without that situation, there's no movie.
No, there's no movie.
You know, that's what sparks Diana like, hey,
or if they killed Trevor before he went through the bubble, roll credits.
Yeah, that's it. Like, there's no Wonder Woman. It's just Diana on the island.
Diana Prince.
Yeah, or Princess Diana on the island.
There's two different people, Princess Diana and Diana.
Yeah, Diana Princess. But that was really cool. Moving a little further in the story, okay, she isn't allowed to leave. She leaves anyways with Trevor.
Of course.
And I do have to mention is the humor we get between her and Trevor, her and Chris Pine. I thought was hilarious. Their simple scene where he's bathing.
Their banter was
it was excellent. really well done. It reminded me of the, but it wasn't like they were forcing a joke. Like he was trying to be funny. It was just the situation they happened to be in, and her not knowing a whole lot.
That's exactly what I was saying. Yeah. Her knowing everything through books.
Yeah.
Because remember she stated that, you know, they that scene, you know,
the one on the boat.
Yeah, he puts his watch on you know, he's taking a bath and bathing, and he puts his watch there, and she's like, what is that thing? And you know, he stands up and he's naked, and he's like, it's a watch. You know? Are all watches like, well, no, this is a little above average.
Yeah, so it's above average.
Innuendos galore.
Yeah. Also, another thing is because we get a lot of them, you know, from there to traveling to London, if I remember correctly. On the boat, we get more of that where he makes his little section for her to sleep, and he's going to sleep over here. And she's like, well, you don't sleep with women? He's like, what? No. But then he tries to explain it without coming off like an idiot. And she's like, at the end of all that, so you don't sleep with women? He goes, I'll sleep with you, damn it, if you need me to sleep with you. Like, I'll sleep with you. And you can see the conversation. There's like the slight sexual tension.
Well, yeah. What I thought was funny was after all that, you don't do this, and then she's like, well, I know what procreation means.
Yeah.
Like, you just say that to begin with. Once again, women and men.
Yeah, exactly.
Then we get to London.
Yes, London.
We get to London, and we meet Etta Candy, who is
who actually served a purpose in this movie, wasn't?
She really did. I thought she was there to be funny.
Yeah, I thought she was just there to be that one character who's just like constantly throwing stuff at you, making jokes, and just kind of blowing off. But she was kind of necessary if you think about it, with what she does.
We meet Etta Candy, and then we meet the captain of the good guys.
Yes.
The man that says we're gonna win this war and we're good and everything's fine. So Chris Pine, Trevor, goes in front of his council and says, "Hey, I got Dr. Poison's book," which he stole earlier, and that's why he was running from the Germans.
Yeah.
He was a spy. Blah blah blah. Okay, we're moving on. I got Dr. Poison's book.
Yep.
We need to stop the Germans. They're not going to surrender. We need to do this.
Yeah.
Everybody's like, no, they're surrendering.
Yeah, they were going to sign the treaty. We're going to sign it. It's going to be, okay, we can't do this. He's like, I literally have proof, like right here. Yeah. Why are you ignoring me?
And she, as a warrior,
yeah.
is like, you guys are doing nothing.
Yeah.
Which is great.
Yeah.
And so one of the top guys says, you know what, I'll fund you. Go ahead and do it.
Yeah. On the
good
down
guy.
low, of course. On the
good
down
guy.
low. He's like,
yeah.
he's in Harry Potter. He's He's the guy who turns into the werewolf.
He's a teacher, isn't he?
Yeah, he's one of the professors. He's awesome. I don't remember his name. I'm sorry.
Not a Harry Potter guy.
But he's awesome. Anyways, he's like on the down low, go do this mission, which is basically find Dr. Poison new place where they're creating this weapon and take it out. Like
find Dr. Poison and find her boss.
Yeah, and end it. Like really end the war because this treaty obviously isn't gonna work.
It's shit.
Yeah.
All that happens, and that's basically our second act. Our second act, like I said in the non-spoiler, has a couple pacing issues.
Couple, yes.
But like we stated before, like this movie is so good, you can get past those pacing issues. Yeah. Another fun thing that I liked was that we met the guys in the picture.
Yeah. Everyone that's in the picture from BVS is the team. That's her.
That's the team.
The Wonder Womanettes. Like they're the team.
Great. I love that. Wonder Womanettes. Yeah.
They're the team that get recruited, and each one serves a purpose. Marksman. He's an actor. Like he's good with disguises and stuff like that. And then you got the Freedom Indian, basically, who's neutral. He's just making a profit.
He's a profiteer. He's a war profiteer.
Yeah, and it's funny because
every good team needs one.
You see the connection between them kind of grow and what they mean. Because again, this is her first time out in the world. Everything's new to her. We get a callback to the comics where she tries ice cream.
Yes.
And she's like, this is, like you can see her. She's just like, this is so good. She goes, you should be so proud of yourself.
Yeah, like, that was great. That was great. Yeah.
And I was like, that's beautiful. That's right off a comic. And so I thought that was hilarious. Things like that, and you really see how she's experienced it for the first time. And
Gal Gadot, she sells it.
Yeah,
she sells it.
This is the first time she's witnessing men. This is the first time she's witnessing anything. Women, soldiers, ice cream, everything.
Socializing. There's a very small part where she's like, why is everybody holding hands?
Yeah.
And Trevor's like, well, because they're together.
Yeah.
And she took it as, well, they're companions. They're together. She's holding. He's like, no, not like that. Not like that.
Yeah.
Like that. So it's very well done.
Oh, yeah.
And once again, Patty Jenkins deserves all the credit in the world. So our second act has this. This is we meet our villain.
Yeah. Oh, yes.
We meet our villain.
Yes, we do.
He's an evil German Nazi captain, and you're thinking
that's exactly what it is.
And you're thinking like, there he is.
We know who that is.
Yeah.
And they even try to sell it even more.
He gets his
he gets fucking cocaine in aerosol form.
He gets
basically.
an aerosol cocaine that lights up.
It gets all strong and
yeah. They get their money, they get their mission, they get their team. We know who the villains are. You got Dr. Poison and our Nazi German captain.
Yeah.
And we're off to the third act.
Yeah, and we're moving there, and then I think, like I said, there's the pacing issues in the second act, but it's that first act and then the third act that just really have everything you really wanted. You know what I mean? Like that the second act is really more informative. It's things you kind of need to know, but it also gives you, that one also shows you her experiencing things for the first time instead of just jumping in and let's go.
And it really shows you much of a badass she is. I mean, there's a scene where she's in a trench in no man's land, and she said, fuck it.
Yeah, we have to help these people.
She walks up, she climbs up the ladder out of a trench, and people shoot. Ding, 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 ding. Shield.
Also the first time we see her fully Wonder Woman outfit, shield, sword, and she's just walking, and you just see her through the trench, and she's just walking no man's land, just...
It's what you've seen in the trailers where she's climbing that ladder. Yeah. But what you saw in the trailer does not give that scene justice.
No.
At all.
I mean...
At all.
People clapped during that scene. We had people stand up and cheer during that scene.
Yeah.
I mean, I was excited. I wasn't gonna clap because I was visually enjoying her.
Yeah.
But that scene's where it really she kind of comes into her own as well.
I think that scene because before that was the pacing issue. I think from that scene on, this movie
takes off.
Just took off.
Yeah.
Like Joseph said, what's called the first act. This is this. Let's move forward. Okay, first act sells you.
Yeah.
You're done. You're sold. You're good. You're invested.
You're in.
Second act, they give you stuff that you need, but you kind of don't want.
Yeah.
But you need it.
Exactly.
Third act, and let me take that back. Wait, halfway through the second act, I think it's half of the second act, and because the second act is the trench act.
Yeah.
And then we're off and running.
Yeah, we're off to the races with that.
Yeah, I mean it's excellent. You know, third act, you have your mission, and you find out that your villain. Spoiler. Is not the villain.
He's not. Well, he is a villain. He's just not the villain.
He's not even number 2 villain.
No, he's very basic bitch villain.
He is old school gamers will get it. He's Glass Joe. If you get it, you get it. If you don't, you don't.
Moving up from
Mike Tyson's Punch Out. But anyways, you know, he's you know, and then we see our Freedom Crusader, our guy that gave us money, turns out to be the villain.
He turns out to be the villain.
Yeah,
which was a good twist.
The villain that we knew we were going to see. We didn't know when.
Yeah.
We didn't know how.
Exactly.
But he showed up.
Yeah.
And he showed up in a big way.
Yeah, and the thing is, like, you're just like, because, spoiler, she kills Nazi dude. What was he, captain? Whatever. Kills him, and you're just like,
that's it?
The fuck? Isn't, like, and I'm gonna say it, Ares, isn't that motherfucker in this movie?
Isn't, I mean,
like, where's he at? And then Harry Potter werewolf dude shows up, and you're just like, these bastards got me.
Strong as hell.
Not once did I think he was the villain, and then
he turns out to be the villain.
He turns out to be the villain, and there's a cool thing that they do with his suit, but we'll talk about that in a sec.
And
in his story,
and during his monologue,
yeah,
Act 1, Hippolyta tells you, Diana, you were sculpted from clay.
No, she says, you're so perfect, I sculpted
you from clay, and Zeus threw a lightning bolt and bring you to life. Well, Ares, our villain, our antagonist, says, no, that's not what happened.
Nope.
Your mother and Zeus got together and
from his other lightning
bolt. So in essence, you and I are brother and sister.
Yep. She is straight up demigod.
She's a demigod, yeah.
Yeah, and it's awesome because he does say that, and then you're just like, oh, wait, are we getting both in that sense?
Yeah. And when we were sitting there watching, and I didn't want to talk that much because I wanted to be focused. I'm sitting there thinking the whole time, like, we just got both origin stories.
Yeah, we just got both.
And they work.
Perfect. Like, they were just perfect.
It was great.
You know?
It was great.
And he looks at her and goes, no. You're the god killer. And she's like...
Because in Act 1, Mom gives this huge speech about Zeus gave us this sword. And whenever Ares comes back, we call it, you know, then this sword will defeat him. And it's called the god killer.
Yes.
She takes it out, goes to Ares, puts his hands up, crushes it.
Like nothing.
Like...
And literally after that, you can see all her determination, all her like she just lost all will right there. She was like,
no, I have to disagree with you. She lost all her confidence.
That's what I was trying to say. I just couldn't picture. That's what I was. She was just like, that's basically all I got.
Like I went from being the badass who's supposed to kill you to like, oh shit.
Yeah, you broke my toothpick. Like,
yeah,
you know
exactly.
what I'm saying?
Couldn't have said it better myself. Yeah, and
then we get hit with the double origin, which. I mean, we're on it for a reason because we did not expect that at all.
No, I think that's one of the best twists I've seen in a long, long time.
Exactly, because it wasn't just a twist on the villain; it was a twist on her. Because I was happy. I was like, cool, we got one of the origin stories, boom. And then he's like, nope, this is what it is. We're related. And you're just like,
and I remember going and telling him before the movie, like, which origin story do you think we're gonna get?
Yep.
Because there's the big two.
Yeah, I mean, there's multiple.
And we got those. We got both of them.
And it was perfect. Yeah, it wasn't like contradiction. It wasn't contradicting each other.
No.
It was basically, it worked like with perfect. I don't know how to describe it. It was awesome.
Yeah, it was. Patty Jenkins.
Yeah, good job.
And you know what? Direct whatever you want.
Here's my money. I'm gonna watch it.
Take it all. And then from there we get into our big fight scene. I mean, you know, the mano a mano, fisticuffs. We get into it. You know, our villain is there. You know, we find it's Ares.
Yes.
And you know he's beating the shit out of her.
Yeah, and he's doing a very good job of kicking her ass. Yeah, because I mean, she's no sword. He destroyed that. All she has left is her lasso and her fist and the gauntlets. That's all she has. Shield's gone, and she's never fought anything like this ever.
Shield's gone. Confidence is gone.
Yes.
Sword's gone.
Yep.
You know, death stares you in the face.
Yep.
And go ahead.
Oh, and I was gonna say real quick, just speaking on Ares, how he gets his suit.
Oh yeah.
Because he's just regular dude, and then when they start fighting, he starts to become Ares. You see the suit, which is like shrapnel and just pieces of stuff that's lying around, makes the suit. And same thing with the weapons. He just poofs, a sword, axe, whatever he needs. He just gets it using, magic and stuff because he's a god. A demigod.
God of War.
God of War. And, he makes his helmet, and eye slots is basically he just melts them, which was awesome to look at. And the one issue that we both kind of agreed on with him was...
You see this big, burly badass.
Oh, Ares.
And you see the helmet, it's awesome. He melted it, and you're like, yes!
Yep.
And then the camera pans in, and you see the old British guy in there.
The mustache and
everything.
everything.
I was thinking that his face would get deformed, and maybe this... No,
He'd poof into Ares.
Yeah, no, he was...
No, he was...
So apparently Ares is an old British guy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Now we know.
I'm good with it.
It's the Brits.
Yeah, those guys are evil.
But I mean, other than that, and like you said, the fight scene is exactly what it is. It's the final fight scene. She's losing badly.
Something happens.
Big motivational moment.
She gets her confidence. Not even gets confidence. She just gets mad.
Yeah, uproars. And we're not ruining that moment because it's something you just gotta watch, But like I said, she gets mad and she literally unleashes.
Wreck shop.
Because she was badass, but then she was badass.
Yeah, it's stunning.
Oh yeah,
it's great. She and for what he was what we talked about earlier. So all that happens, she wins and all this, and you think, okay, the movie's over.
Yeah.
Great way to end it. Cool. Not the way they ended it.
No.
What they did was in the very beginning.
Yes.
You see the Louvre because she works at the Louvre.
She works at the Louvre.
A Wayne.
Yeah, Wayne truck.
A Wayne armored car.
Armored vehicle shows up.
What was in? Has this thing, gives it to her. She opens it up, and it's the original picture
from BVS.
And then we go back to that. Oh, I'm sorry. So that and he leaves her a note saying, maybe one day you can tell us our story.
You're boom, and it leads to the flashback, which is the movie. And at the end,
it goes back to the present, and she basically says, she gives him an email saying, hey, this is why I do what I do. She looks at the picture. We're good. You were thinking there was going to be what?
I needed an XOXO, love you, babe, dinner at 8 kind of thing because Batman and Wonder Woman belong together. However, that didn't
your animated series Batman.
All right, but
Wonder Woman.
It should need to happen.
So she says, I do what I do. She gets off a rooftop and jumps.
Flies. It's a leap into flying, people.
She jumps, dude.
You missed a big part. She changed into that, and then she flies. Okay.
Jumps.
There's literally nothing below her. She's gonna fall and hit and hurt herself.
She's jumping from rooftop.
She jumps rooftop and she's taking off into flight.
She's not even in flight mode.
What? Not everyone flies like Superman. Why?
I know, because she flies like this.
You know what I'm saying? Yeah, but they changed it up. In the movie, she's flying. She takes off. She's boom. Wonder Woman on a mission, gonna save the day. Like whatever she does, just show up and be pretty. Whatever.
How can I put this gently? Agree to disagree.
Yeah, I mean we can do that. I mean, he's wrong, but that's fine. We can.
I mean, everyone has their own opinion, but
to back up the flight thing during the big fight scene, ground is rising up. She didn't jump. She's hovering.
So then we go. The movie's over. Okay,
Fantastic.
Movie's over.
People are clapping.
People standing up. Just it was really, really good.
Oh yeah. DC's best so far.
Yeah, I mean,
he said it earlier. This is the hope. Like this makes me excited for future movies. My only thing is now when I go back and watch the Justice League trailer, I want to see that level of color.
I'm glad you said those two words. I'm glad you said Justice League because, ladies and gentlemen, DC's intro to movies is fantastic.
Oh. We totally spaced. It's a completely new intro at the beginning of this movie, and it is fantastic. I'm gonna let him say I have the honors of saying it because I forgot about it. He remembered. It is wonderful.
Fantastic. It used to be DC, and now Now we get the Justice League. Like we get a shot of Superman. We get a shot of Batman. We get a shot of what? We get a shot of the Lantern Corps. Yes. Not just Hal, the Lantern Corps. Yep. Flash, Cyborg. We see everybody.
Yes.
And then it pans back, and there's your DC logo, and we're off and running. And remember when we saw it, both of us like, that's new.
Yeah, we both went. That's new.
That's new.
I like that.
I really like that.
Yeah, that's
incredible. That's DC.
That's good.
DC is all about it right now. Like, you know what?
You know what? I'm not gonna lie. That could definitely be like Jeff's thing. That could have been one of the things he mentioned. We need a solid intro. You know, for this whole movie.
Because their original intro, the Batman intros, were too much like Marvel because they were comic books flipping.
Yeah.
You know, and I was like, too Marvel-y.
Yeah.
So,
I liked it, and it does. It gives us a glimpse of basically the movies that are coming out. You know?
Yeah.
Exactly. And it's perfect. Like, it was really nice.
That's your answer to post-credit scene. This is a pre-credit scene, if you will, saying this is what's coming.
Yeah. Also, speaking of credit scenes, there's none. We stayed. We waited. There's none, which is perfect because the way they end it in itself, her flying out, is telling me there's more of her to come. She's gonna be in Justice League, but there's more of her. You know, maybe a Cheetah, maybe.
Ooh, Cheetah's a great character.
That'd be fantastic because that would be straight fight.
Great villainess.
I'd love to see that. That'd be dope. Go check it out for yourself. Let us know what you think.
Yeah.
You know, let us know what you think down below in the comment section. We want to hear your likes, dislikes. Do you agree with us? Do you disagree with us? Better. All down below in the comment section. Don't forget to follow him on Instagram, Twitter, like the page on Facebook. And as always,
we'll see you at the movies.